That's what he's trying to reach. And it's got to be God trusting. What does the proverb say? Trust in the Lord. Right? Lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge, and he will what? Direct your path. It says that every time you got to trust God with your God-given vision for the God-given plan, that it'll be God trusting. You know what? Rev and I, we was going down to San Antonio, and we were going to go see Charles Stanley, wasn't it, Rev? We had made plans to go see Charles Stanley about 2 weeks ago. But unfortunately, my wife's mother passed. Now, when she passed, that changed all the plans. Now, our plans were to go to San Antonio, go to the conference. And our plans that Tuesday night, we were going to hear Dr. Charles Stanley. Matter of fact, I called my son up. I said, boy, look, I'm going to be down there your way. And while I'm down there, I want you to go to hear Charles Stanley with us. Because he's a good preacher. I want you to hear him. Yeah. Well known. I want you to hear him. And he said, all right, Dad, I'll go with you. You know, Charles Stanley was there. They said, a lady asked Charles Stanley, is it okay? Is it okay? Can you have faith and have goals? That's Charles Stanley. He thought for a minute. He says, yes. Yes, you can. He says, with conditions. With conditions. How could it be with conditions? With conditions. He said the condition is that your God-given vision has to be granted to you. And it has to bring you into a more intimate relationship with God. Yes. Yes. So if you got a God-given vision, one of the things it'll do is it'll bring you into a more intimate relationship with God. That's what he said it'll do. He says not only that, he says it will cause you a God-given vision that you have. It will cause you not to violate any spiritual principles. That's right. So you evaluate whether or not your vision is God-given. And then he said, does it cause to make somebody else successful? Now I had to back up on that one. You want me to make somebody else successful with my vision? He said, yeah. He said, you have a God-given vision. It's going to make somebody else successful along with you. Amen. Now you think about that. Do you have a vision like that? A vision that doesn't violate any of God's spiritual principles? That you pressed into God to ask him to lay hold of you, that you can lay hold of him? And the vision comes forth and you're trusting God? That spiritual principles are not broken? And that you end up pressing into him, and then God gives you everything you need to come into a more spiritual relationship with him. That's a God-given vision. See, only God can do that, because his vision is going to make you come closer to him. And in order to do that, you've got to what? Press into God. You got to press into it. But then look, next verse. He says we're going to prepare for action. Now we got to prepare for action. He says in 14, brethren, I don't regard myself as laying hold of it yet. He says, but the one thing I do, forgetting what lies behind me, I'm reaching forward to what lies ahead. He said, I press on toward the goal of the prize of the upward call of God. You hear what he says? He says right there, I don't forget. The one thing I do, I don't forget what lies behind me, and I'm reaching toward what lies ahead. Paul is saying I'm moving forward. And what I like about this text is in the perfect tense. You know what that means? That means it's not the past and it's not the future. It means what I said. He says what I'm doing is while I'm moving on this journey, it's like a car going down the road. As you look out the window, everything goes by. You know why? Because Paul saying that's his idea. I move forward while everything just continues, and I just forget about it, because it's like you're looking out a window of a car as it goes down. He says I forget about the past because I'm moving, and while I'm moving, I have no time to recall it. So his idea is I'm moving forward. His idea is that I'm constantly on the move and I'm doing things, so therefore I don't sit and reflect on the past, so I have no time to remember it and bring it up. So therefore I simply forget about it because I have got my eyes looking forward. And since my eyes are looking forward, there's no need for me to be concerned about any of this thing else. Paul has said what I do is I'm getting prepared for action so that I can then